Okay, hello. This is a track walkthrough of my remix of Fallin by 80s. I wanted to show you guys a bit of my process since, it's probably a little arcane to some of you. Yeah, so this is my entire whole uh, setup. It has a bunch of track groups for each of the main elements of the track. So there's background vocals, main vocals, rhythm guitar, all the extra synths and extra like background texture, lead, whatever guitars are here. I didn't bother separating like the twinkly texture bits and the lead bits. They're all in the same group because I am afraid of overloading the CPU with all the because I apply like group processing to each of these, and the processing is pretty heavy. So I try to keep the amount of these groups as lean as possible. But still, this is a pretty CPU heavy heavy project. Every big song in Logic is. So it's not for the faint of CPU. But I have home solar. It's fine. this isn't like hugely like it is energy expensive, but it's powered by the solar panels on the roof, so I'm good. Yes. So synths, guitars, bass. There's a lot of bass in here. So many tracks of just bass. All of it is in here and just like smushed together. I have some multi-band compression right here. Oh, you can't see that. Hold on. Sorry. I had to switch to entire monitor. So yes, multi-band compression. Just Logic's native multi-band compressor, just squashing all the frequencies from. Should I make this bigger? Oh yes, big boy. From like the sub-bass frequencies from 20 to 50 hertz to 50 to 200 hertz. I mean, yeah, those are the sub-bass frequencies, and just the actual bass frequencies from 50 to 200 hertz. They're boosted but also squished. So like, keep your low end in check. Yes, and then I have some claps. Those aren't like processed in any way. I just wanted to add them in, and I needed to group. I have three layers of claps. I love claps. Bitch has to have claps. So yeah, those are separate from the other drums and percussion stems. I just have one for the entirety of the drums and one for impact effects for the chorus. And that has mainly just it's dodging the like the S frequencies from the main vocals. Like that's the I use this plugin called Soothe, which is a fucking lifesaver. Like it's spectral processing, EQ, basically just spectral processing EQ. It like reacts to what it's hearing from the tracks and does EQ based on that. But I mainly use it for like sidechaining purposes. So I have Soothe react to in this instance to these high frequencies from the main vocals bus, which is bus 11, and it basically cancels out those frequencies whenever it hears those from the main vocals bus. So I am abusing Soothe in all of my projects, because like modern metal is such a dense genre, like mixing wise. So like everything is dodging everything is sidechained to everything, so I have 3 instances of Soothe on the bass. it's dodging the drums, it's dodging the main vocals, mainly because there's a lot of mid frequency also going on in the bass, and I wanted to like have the main vocals like it's gonna get muddy if those mid bass frequencies are like mixing with the main vocals. So that's my hack for avoiding mud. And also it's also dodging the background vocals as well. So no mud here. Clean as fuck. And also every single separate bus has a limiter. This is important. I just use the very standard kilohertz limiter because they like hand out their stock plugins for like free, I think. I don't know if that's still the case, but when I downloaded these, they were free. So I have a limiter on everything because I want to make sure that nothing is like everything is like very compact and nothing is like majorly overpowering the signal chain, you know. So everything is compact and squished and dense as fuck. Yes, so that's my main groups. Starting with the individual groups, buses. The main vocals. Here they are, separated into a few tracks based on different processing I wanted to apply to each part. Like this one has flex pitch applied to it because I wanted to change the vocal melody a little in the chorus. It's not the best pitch bending plugin imaginable. Like I really need to invest in auto-tune or something, but it gets the job done. Like yeah, as you can see, I flexed the first set of O's with this, but it like it's only activated for these bits because it tends to create some artifacting and it's not very pleasant. Again, I need to invest in autotune. Like this is just Logic's native pitch bending. But yeah, the others don't have pitch bending applied because it's cleaner. Yeah, mostly the other ones is just a little bit of EQ adjustments between these. They all have Mantra, which is a really cool plugin by Neural DSP. They mainly do like guitar and bass amp sims. But this is one of my favorite new plugins because it has all the processing that you need for a vocal chain already like in it, built into it. It has like tuning, gating, EQ, reactive EQ. It has like a mixing mode that you can activate for it to like do real-time like dodging of like taming of frequencies. De-essing, EQ, compressing, saturation, and it also has some harmonies that you can enable if you want to. But the main reason I use it for these main vocals was that I wanted to add a tiny bit of reverb and delay to sort of and modulation chorus effects to make it sit a little bit better with this type of mix. But the thing with Mantra's reverb and delay, the cool thing is that you can duck the actual dry signal, or you can duck the wet signal with the dry signal, so it doesn't muddy the main vocals. It keeps things nice and clear, and it's like I didn't want to do anything to muddy the main vocals, obviously, because you know that these are my boys. I want to hear them. And that's also why everything under the sun is dodging the main vocals, because I wanted to keep them on this as on the surface as possible with this type of genre, which is like very wall of sound. So everything is dodging the main vocal. Um, um, the stem splitting is probably something that everybody is curious about. I use Logic's native built-in stem splitter, which is fucking amazing. I am like not 100% sure on how it works, some kind of black magic, but I believe it uses some kind of spectral processing to achieve the results it does. But either way, it's some kind of a local algorithm that comes with Logic that just works like you drag the track into the project that you have hopefully purchased, like I did, and you click processing stem splitter, and this is already set to vocals, and then it just does its thinking for a little while. It processes the signal, and it's very easy to usually split these AT stems because they're very clear. Pop music is easy. Metal music, not so much. It's a lot of noise going on. It's hard for any processor to make heads or tails of vocals that are very like much buried in the mix. But AT's vocals, very good. I like them. So yeah, let's we can preview the chorus. Yeah, there we go. We have the vocals. Background vocals. These are much much more heavily processed. And there's a bunch of them. This isn't a very clean project. It's hella messy. I'm sorry. But you know, that's how creative work happens. Everything has mantra on it. Some of them have. I wanted to make them very washy. I didn't want to use mantras like native delay and reverb because yeah, I feel like it doesn't do washy and big very well. So I used Logic's native stereo delay and H reverb. This is a Waves plugin. I use this a lot on my vocal tracks. And yeah, there's a bunch of them. This is just for texture. You put the pressure. Yes, that's what it sounds like. Yeah, and then rhythm guitar. I use I don't know how to pronounce the name of this plugin. It's two. I don't know. It's a bunch of lines. Here you can see the name, but it's by Otto Audio. It's fucking chunky. It's so fucking good. I use it for pretty much all of my rhythm guitars. It has the nastiest fucking bass heavy tone and nothing like, I don't know if it's like the industry standard or anything, but it's like, it sounds fucking big, so I'm using it, you know? So that's pretty much it. There's a bunch of EQ. That have so many EQs on here. Also, I needed to mention, almost forgot, the guitar. The guitar I use is a baritone. It's ESP Viper LTD, something like that. I don't remember the full name, but it's a baritone guitar anyway. I don't use a 7-string because I'm not a good enough guitarist to learn how to play a 7-string guitar when I already struggle with 5 strings. So yeah, but it's a baritone for me. The way I record it is that I just have an audio interface. I have a Scarlett Focusrite, and it's literally just plugged in with an instrument cable right directly into the audio interface, and that's how it works. Just guitar, audio interface into computer. That's how I record it. Background stuff, guitars. For cleans and leads, I tend to use neural DSP plugins, mainly Archetype, Rabea and Pliny. Rabea and Pliny are my go-to plugins. I think Rabea mostly. This one has Pliny. Pliny is also good. It's good for like those very sparkly, very like full kind of guitar tones. And it also has some retro tape effects going on, a little bit of tape wobble. And this one has also Pliny. Everything is Pliny. I think the lead guitar has Rabea on it. Yes, it has Rabea. Yes, Pliny and Rabea for the win. Those are my favorites. Yeah. As you can see, my guitar takes are very stitched together. That's because I like to edit in post. Like I don't like how that guitar line went, so I'm just gonna nudge the chords, or not chords, like notes in post. I don't want to re-record because I'm lazy. So these are very stitched together, and also like I get ideas of how a take should go, so I like switch it up in the middle, and it ends up a hodgepodge of 50 million different takes stitched together. But that's fine. I'm a producer. I'm not a guitarist. I don't want to flex with my guitar skills because they are bad. But yeah, synths. I have recently discovered that Jordan Fish, the main producer of Bring Me the Horizon, has made a synth plugin. So I used a bunch of that here. It has a bunch of really cool. It's called what is it called? State Machine Alt Textures. Yeah, it's by Cradle. I haven't used any other Cradle plugins before, so this would be my first. But it's a really good plugin. There's a bunch of really cool sounds here. So this is just accompanying the lead guitar. And there we go. There's a bit of a hit sound, and then this one will also. This one's really cool. It's barely audible, but it's a cool texture. And then I have this is an old plugin. It's also by Kilohertz, but it's my favorite synth plugin to use when I want to make a sound, like when I want to actually create a sound. So this is my own patch. It's like a Reese bass that's like very witch housey. That I just added a movement onto it, which is an output plugin, just for that stutter effect. Yeah. 깊은 지하를 탐험 끝이 없이 나락을 밤이 서만 느껴보는 타락의 배 And bass. We have this is a faceplant bass, again, my favorite synth plugin. This is a preset that I edited a little. Very thick, big boy. And this kick drum is from the State Machine All Textures plugin. It's a very nice kick bass. Yeah, and for the chorus we have a bunch of shit going on. This main bass is this is Eurobass. Yeah, I mainly use Eurobass when I want the real bass guitar. I don't really record like real bass a lot because it's much more reliable and convenient to use a MIDI bass because it's like under there anyway. You don't need it to sound super real, but to be fair, Eurobass does sound pretty real. So I use Eurobass mainly for the real bass tone, which is like, this is very heavily distorted, but I also have this very aggressive bass sound. I think this is a Substance preset. This is an old plugin also by Output. I don't use it a lot, but it has a cool of really greedy bass tones that are kind of unconventional. This is also a Substance, this massive boom. Yeah, that's, yeah, all Contact plugins except for, no, this is all Contact, yeah, all Contact plugins. What else? Well, this bit was cool. I have layered the sub bass with just the mid and high detail of the real bass in the Mingy verse. It's so good. Like, ugh! I'm so obsessed with that bit. It's so like, yeah. And then we have claps just for the Mingy verse. Yeah, just for that extra high detail, high frequency detail. And then we have drums. Superior Drummer. I use Superior Drummer. It's expensive and it has a massive fucking library, so you might need an external hard drive. But it's a really good, like, it's a really good investment if you make metal or any music, any genre with real drums. Superior Drummer is fucking amazing because it like allows a lot of flexibility when it comes to like adding custom effects to your snare kick kit and snare kick and toms and whatnot. Like, you can fully customize your drum signal chain. I started out using Easy Drummer, which is also good, but it doesn't allow for that same level of flexibility. And I think the Superior Drummer does sound better. Like, it has better samples. So yeah, that's yeah. I use the Modern Metal Dark preset, which is heavily modified. And I also have a bunch of different plugins on the signal chain itself. I have Skep's Parallel Particles, which is, I think, some kind of multi-band parallel processing effect that adds, like, well, it adds thick and bite and air. So I use it to every, I use it on every what's it called? I'm blacking out. Every drum track. Thank you. For this particular project, I also used IM Pusher, which is a Waves plugin. It's mainly like it's good for electronic music. It adds a lot of punch. I don't use it a lot because my My regular stuff is like more organic and less electronic. So, but for this it was good because it adds a lot of like punch to the kick and the snare. So it like gives the drums that slightly electronic feel. Like, hold on, let me do this bit. It's more. If I don't know if you heard that, but it's like it adds oomph. the drums sound a little more boring without it. And also limiter, and the retro plugin is just there for when I want to do like a little drum break thingy. There's some automation for like this thingy. Good for those little sweeps because instead of having a dry and wet control, it has this magnitude control that like slides the knobs around for you instead of just mixing in the dry and wet signal, if you know what I mean. So like it's good because it like affects the resonance of it. Like you can do cool transitions with it instead of having a bunch of finicky separate sliders that you adjust, you know. So it's good for cool transition effects when you want to add a filter that comes in and out with like a resonance sweep kind of, you know. I don't do that a lot, but I did that here and I find that this is a very good plugin for that. Yeah, that's it for all the plugins that I use. And also I forgot to mention the actual grooves. This is important. The actual drum grooves. I use a lot of MIDI grooves from the library of Superior Drummer because, you know, I'm not a drummer. I would like somebody else to play my drums for me. So, so Superior Drummer has a bunch of MIDI grooves, and I invested a bit of money into a big drum MIDI pack that has a bunch of really cool grooves that I can use. So I can just mix and match, and then I can freely edit the grooves in whatever ways I want. Sometimes I edit them so much that they have nothing to do with the original anymore. Sometimes I don't edit them much at all, if they just happen to fit like a glove into the instrumental. Yeah. So I use a bunch of yeah. Many grooves. They're all here. Mastering, right. So as I said, everything has soothe, everything has a limiter. On the mastering chain, I also have soothe. This is just for harshness. Like it eliminates mix harshness, so everything doesn't penetrate your eardrums in a horrible way. Ozone, isotope ozone. This is also a mastering plugin, but in this instance I only use it for EQ because it has this little master assistant thing that listens to your mix and does some EQ adjustments based on that. Because sometimes you don't hear your own mixes very well, so it's good to sort of just like check, like, does this sound okay? Like, does this thing have objectively too much bass? Objectively too little high frequency detail? So I use it for double checking, and this is like it's bringing down the bass a little and adding a little bit of high frequency detail. But this is the best mastering plugin ever, objectively, just the truth. Newfangled Audio Elevate, very good, very good. It's very clear, very punchy. It has a clipper, a limiter, and transient emphasis, which is, I think, the best part about this plugin, because you know what it says on the tin. It emphasizes transients. If you have a punchy kick, it emphasizes the punch. It makes everything very clear and punchy. And you can also like do adaptive transient, so it like does multiband multiband processing on the transients. So you can have it affect these high-end transients a little less and these low-end transients a bit more, so everything punches through very, very clearly. As you can see here, the waveform, it affects these high-end transients a lot, and it's very good. I like it. Yeah, that's that. I think. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. I don't know. Talk to me. I talk back. Thank you. Bye bye.